Wrestling is not a sport for sissies. You're going to get hurt. You're gonna get really hurt. Pushed around in a wheelchair level hurt.
Money in the Bank, I will put my title on the line against you. Is what I'd say if I hadn't twisted my ankle last week.
Your fellow wrestlers are gonna go out of their way to hurt you, and other times it'll just be a freak accident. You're constantly facing the risk of injury. You may escape, you may have a narrow escape, but eventually you're gonna get hurt or accidentally hurt someone you didn't mean to.
Oops. Oops? I'm gonna be out for months. Is that really all you have to say?
They could be faking, though.
Hey, all right. Mr. Kennedy's here after all, Cole. But look at him. He looks to be kind of in rough shape.
These guys aren't always on the up and up. Everybody just wants to advance their career.
I suffered a painful case of turf toe. Hey, listen, I have a doctor's note in my possession that states I'm in no condition to compete at Elimination Chamber.
Okay, so what's my motivation again?
I told you, Joey. Your back is thrown out, remember? You're in pain. Now get into character, or do we have to rely on method acting?
Ow!
What's a little white lie gonna mean if it helps them get a title match or out of a match? Do you think that's scummy? Some of these wrestlers are trying to murder you.
Help! I need some medical help over here!
Yo, Evan, are you okay? Swagger? He did this? I'm sorry, Ray. It isn't your fault, Evan. Look, I'll get Jack back for you.
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
If they don't murder you, well, then you might do it yourself.
While walking back to his car, Razor got jumped by 4 thugs who beat him to an inch of his life and ran off with the goal. After that incident, Razor's spirit was shattered and he fell into a state of deep depression. He wallowed in musty seaside taverns and slept on benches and train stations until one day he just disappeared. He wasn't seen for 3 years. Recent reports indicate that the bad guy is alive and well and running a small pawn shop in Chile.
You gotta show your fighting spirit. You shake it off and you just keep moving.
You sure you're okay? That was a hell of a beating you took last week.
Who cares if you're risking your health? Fight forever isn't just a chant, it's a lifestyle.
He's in no condition to be out here. He should have just stayed home to recover. I don't think that's in his DNA. Well, then he needs a gene transplant.
He's really hurt out there, Cole. A match like that takes its toll. That's awful. Sean's pride won't let him leave any way but on his own 2 feet, Cole. But how will this injury affect his championship reign? We'll find out tomorrow on Raw.
Don't try this at home, indeed. And now you've passed out backstage. Damn, he wasn't just physically beat, he was beaten emotionally, too.
We now have a camera in the garage area and... Oh no, Ray! He needs help!
Ray, can you hear me? We need them to get that ambulance now.
Medical personnel are on the scene, but what happened?
Was this all worth it? Even if you're being wheeled out of a building on a stretcher. You've twisted your knee really bad? Just get an ice pack. Or just make a quick stop at the hospital, even if you have to leave in a neck brace. Just get your ass back in the game. That's the wrestler's life.
Don't worry, I just called for an ambulance. They should be here any minute.
Some of these games tried to get an RPG-like feel in their story mode.
Hey folks, Doink the Clown here. Wouldn't it be neat if you could change my attributes?
You build up your in-ring stamina. How much money can you make? What are you gonna buy with the money? Moves, legends, powers. Some wrestling storylines will actually have your character's damage bar carry over from match to match, forcing yourself to take days off or see a trainer, and if you don't, you may get injured.
The DS even made your workouts a minigame. The DS games use something called cards that you could activate in your match, and they give you different attribute boosts.
It's the life of a superstar wrestler. Eat out, do press, audition for movies, talk to the fans, go to the gym. So you don't get a fat ass. And while you're at the gym, take that selfie with Bryan Danielson. Just don't talk about alternative medicines with him. He ain't trying to hear that. That seems like these games chose the wrong guy to have that kind of belief. If you had a particularly brutal match, maybe you'll start off the next one already in yellow, possibly in orange. SmackDown 2008 would actually have text messages arrive to you where they inform you that you sustained an injury during your match.
Cena, you probably should listen to your doc.
And I like this doctor.
Ease up, Smitty. The gold standard's in pain here.
Sorry, Shelton. I didn't know you were so sensitive.
He comes in and he's busting chops, always got a witty comment. He's lucky that these guys can't strike a non-wrestler.
What happened, Vladimir?
I did not beat Undertaker tonight.
I guessed that when I didn't see any parades or bears on unicycles following you around after the match.
I did not come for joke. I came for medical care.
I guess in your case, laughter isn't the best medicine. I'll see what else I can come up with.
You wouldn't be so brave and tell Ezekiel Jackson that you won't give him a lollipop if he had to worry about being punched in the face.
I'm fine, Doc. Just give me my lollipop and get back to rapping gauze or something.
Yeah, that'll teach your brother to get between the Tyrannosaurus and his dinner.
Remember in grade school when you'd just go up and pinch the girl you liked? Those were simpler times.
I gotta call this doctor's credentials into question. Ray here is clearly going through memory loss after surviving a car accident, and the doctor is like, well, your memory is gone, but sure, I'll clear you to wrestle.
I'm glad you came by, Ray. Have a seat. I know you went through some trauma a while back, and I think your mind is still processing.
Meaning what?
Meaning you have some repressed memories. I want you to try this. Close your eyes and really think about what happened that day.
It was attempted murder. You're lucky the doc isn't like Chris Rock and just gonna suggest that this will all be fixed with a little Robitussin.
We have to call the police and get him some help.
Just give him a minute. You'll be fine.
You probably should just take care of yourself. Make CM Punk-like decisions, and you won't be missing these shows.
I don't drink, and I don't smoke. I don't do drugs. My addiction is wrestling. With no toxins and no distractions, I've been able to make an impact in world wrestling entertainment.
Wow, so according to the Big Show, they do offer medical and dental insurance. That's nice. So at least when you get beat up, you can still go somewhere, and while the wrestlers may try to kill you, the bills won't.
Good thing wrestling story modes don't actually have to worry about a wrestler's health.
I heard the good news, you were cleared. But, you sure you're okay?
This arguing is making my head hurt.
If you listen to one thing I ever say to you, Ray, do what you should have done weeks ago and go to the training room. Let Smitty check you out.
These are not the type of bumps you do if you have to compete week after week.
We don't all have rich parents willing to fund our wrestling lifestyle.
I'd like to say boys will be boys.
You let your son and his friends wrestle in your yard?
Yes, if that's how he chooses to express himself.
Or some of them do. The Hardys, the Jacksons.
He has my blessing. And more importantly, the blessing of his therapist.
Therapist?
He has a short attention span. He's very energetic.
Isn't that called being a kid?
Mike Jr. doesn't apply himself to anything. And why should he have to? We're rich. This is the first thing he's ever committed himself to. He swings a mean light bulb, you know.
Do you think your son is out of control?
How dare you judge my son? If my son wants to have some friends over and hire a band, that's fine. If he wants to burn down our tiki bar and throw his friends through the windows, that's none of your damn business.
Dirty.
Don't put your hands on me. That's it.
These bumps are Darby Allin levels of insane. You're not going to be able to do these bumps on the regular, but these are video game stories, so they're going to take the nastiest bump possible. They're going to land from higher heights. They're going to land more awkwardly. They're going to be tossed off the ramp. They're always getting tossed off the ramp. And in the video games, I don't see a crash pad.
Since these are video games, you're going to do stunts like you saw in the Rock vs. Mankind I Quit match, but taken to the extreme. More explosions, more fire, They have no regard for these wrestlers' health. What should I expect from games where vehicular manslaughter attempts count just as much as a submission? This is like those indie deathmatch feds.
Finale. The DOA, a finisher so lethal that no one's ever gotten up from it. No one.
Oh, and Marky D would love this spot.
And Trey nails Velveteen Dream with it.
Velveteen's out cold. What the heck was inside that thing?
He hit him with a brick. Is this stage just conveyor belts? It's not any weirder than wrestling in a beehive. And at some point, wrestlers just started taking these kind of bumps to the outside of the ring like it was nothing. Nobody even seems to care anymore.
No, he can't! He did! High cross! And John Cena landed with a sickening thud. You can't! Get out of
the way, King. Safe bumps just aren't extreme. They ruin the story, makes it look fake, which is why I think they featured so many nasty looking chair shots to the head.
Don't do it, John!
ECW like chair shots to the head. The type of thing that would scramble Mick Foley's brain and made his kids cry in that Beyond the Mat documentary. They don't bother to put their hands up. This is a video game, so no need to worry about that. Concussions? Never heard of them. Yeah, these were back when people weren't as concerned with CTE. Not an excuse, but we're looking at things from close to 15 years ago.
Stunned him with the chair!
Admonishing you. Oh my God!
But even then, this didn't feel quite right.
There seems to be a thing now in the PG age of the WWE where chair shots just seem to happen to the back.
And now Trey with the steel chair.
Chair to the gut.
This is a... Nope, never mind.
What the... No!
So you're wondering if there was some internal pressure not to show concussions anymore. Maybe they saw that Will Smith movie. They don't need more wrestlers who are kooky in the head like Broken Matt Hardy.
Brother Buzz, are you woken?
I don't think so.
So now it's kind of shocking to see anything besides the back. As Stephanie McMahon would say, it's bad for business.
When a superstar is injured, it's bad for business, and my family doesn't like that.
But years ago, they would joke about it.
Did you hear the crowd when that chair bounced off his head? Man, they loved it.
They're kind of blasé about head trauma.
I was watching your match. You looked great. That is, until the back of your head smacked against the canvas. You'll be fine.
It's funny, guys. It's like the last episode of Full House when Michelle falls off her horse. But instead of it being Olsen's, it's Rey Mysterio.
Rey Mysterio, how's that head of yours doing?
I remember enough to know that you're the boss.
Well, I'm glad you didn't forget that.
Triple H gets beaten up so badly that he has a vision of Kevin Nash. And the head pain is so bad, it feels the same as if Kevin Nash had just jackknifed him. And Triple H just no-sells his powerbomb.
Forget this. I'm out of here.
And Triple H doesn't even get it the worst. Your creative character is so messed up, he starts seeing Eddie Guerrero. After Rey bulldogs you on the concrete, the spirit of Eddie Guerrero appears.
It's Eddie Guerrero! Latino Heat gonna make him pay for everything he's done.
That's right. Eddie Guerrero has been resurrected just to teach you a lesson. And you have to fight him in the parking lot.
There was no way Rey was going to let this level of disrespect fly.
Hopefully that's the last time we see Eddie or his lowrider dragged into this.
Nowadays, we kind of know what horrible effects can come from a concussion. Back then, they joked about it.
I've been bashed over the head by more stuff than you can shake a stick at, son.
You got your bell rung. That's what they'd say.
Help me. Help me with what? What happened to me?
Evan Bourne, come on down! You're the next contestant on Sheamus Put a Hurtin' on Me.
It's not the best time for jokes. I just had a chair busted over my head because a girl I'm not even dating has a stalker who thinks I'm her ex-boyfriend.
Well, I'm sure it was quite an event for you. In my office, I call that Monday.
WWE games would even actually use the word concussion.
All you can look forward to is a concussion.
I know you're about one concussion away from a lifetime pass to the nut house.
Not only that, there is an entire storyline that has Rey Mysterio dealing with the effects of head trauma.
Rey, you're back. You're back already? Are you okay?
Yeah, man, I'm hanging in there. What did you say your name was?
Me? You mean you don't remember? It's your old pal, Jack Swagger. How could you forget me, buddy?
So Rey Mysterio would confront Swagger about what happened the night of his car accident.
Jack Swagger is acting very suspicious, and the first thing Rey Mysterio remembers when he woke up from the accident was seeing Jack Swagger.
Well, of course you'd remember me, buddy. I was there for you.
Rey chooses to believe Jack Swagger's story.
Then we'll go hit the town with the Bellas, just like old times.
Rey and Swagger go on a double date with the Bella twins, who have to drink heavily because listening to Jack Swagger talk for 4 hours, not exactly a good time.
Listening to you talk about your matches for the last 4 hours has been, fun. But it's getting late. Yeah, we should probably get going.
The Bellas just don't get it. It's a bro night.
Isn't that right, Mr. Mysterio?
That's right, Mr. Swagger, because I'm going to the Royal Rumble.
Rey says that those chicks have an attitude. They're becoming bros. Swagger now pretends that Evan Bourne jumped him from behind and stole his Royal Rumble number.
Ah, man, Rey, I got jumped.
Will Rey help Jack Swagger get revenge?
Yo, why'd he do that, man?
I don't know, man. He's probably jealous of us.
Evan Bourne thinks that Rey Mysterio has gone nuts.
Jack has never been your friend. As a matter of fact, it was him.
Bourne, I have no reason to trust you. Jack's been good to me since the accident.
Jack Swagger was not fooling Evan Bourne. He knows that Jack Swagger caused the accident, and he's gonna do everything he can to get Rey Mysterio to know this.
He calls him in private.
All of this stuff, it isn't you. You really haven't been yourself lately. Ever since you've had that idiot in your ear, you've been... Hey, what?
Even though Rey Mysterio clearly hears Evan Bourne over the phone get jumped by Jack Swagger, he still does not believe that Jack could possibly pull off something like this.
Jack attacked me when I called you. He's hiding something.
I'm kinda sick of your obsession with Swagger, Evan.
I'm not gonna let you keep tarnishing your reputation, Rey. If you want to go help Swagger against Edge tonight, you're gonna have to go through me.
God, I think Rey may have just killed Evan Bourne. Rey's just a good friend to have, as he helps Jack Swagger beat Edge. Hugs all around. Rey's the second best friend anyone could ever ask for.
Behind me, of course.
And this is one of those storylines where I have to again point out, the acting is amazing. It again feels like middle school kids trying to read and act out a school play.
I don't really remember what I was like before, but my gut and even some other superstars have been telling me I'm not being myself.
You can't trust them, Rey, but you can trust me.
Edge is pissed at all the scheming going on. Why? Edge the only one who's allowed to scheme? All that whining doesn't help Edge at all. Jack Swagger beats him down.
I won't let you talk bad about me and my best friend.
There's a #1 contenders match. Evan has something he'd like to show you, but his timing is really poor. And he's gonna show you the footage where Jack Swagger tried to kill you.
Just watch this.
And it's not the first time that vehicular manslaughter has come into play in one of these video games. Not even by a little. Rey is pissed.
I was helping you.
Helping me what? Retire?
So now you're faced with a choice. Do you stick with classic face Rey Mysterio, or do you finally allow the guy to become a heel and live it up with Jack Swagger?
Take the contract. You deserve it. Our friendship means way more to me than that. Friends.
I'm gonna choose heel Rey. Heel Rey admits I was kind of faking it. My memory's been back for a while, and I knew, but I also knew that it was just an accident. But I've enjoyed not having to please anyone.
Hey, I don't have to please these people. I don't have to be a nice guy.
He loves being a dick. Now you gotta beat down that nice guy, Evan Bourne. Evan really should have butted out of this. And heel Rey Mysterio goes on a championship run.
Jack Swagger is now following Rey around like a little puppy dog.
Que paso, hermano?
That's me, homie.
Teddy Long is gonna give a world title shot to Evan Bourne at WrestleMania?
He couldn't hold on to the United States Championship. And now you think he's worthy to compete for the World Heavyweight Championship? That's a little loco.
Good point, Ray.
And why is Swagger not letting Rey into his locker room?
Let me in.
I'm busy in here. Come back later.
Jack, get out of my locker room, dog.
Sounds like he's beating off in there. The wrestlers backstage are sick of heel Rey Mysterio. What happened to the Rey that Batista used to know? The one that would face Evan Bourne at WrestleMania.
Have you learned how your new attitude has led you down the wrong path, Ray? Or am I gonna have to join the intervention?
Being a heel is just not a thing that Rey can really do. Even when he wants to be bad, he can't seem to trust the other heels.
I had food poisoning. Ugh, it was a nasty sight.
The heel life is not meant for Rey Mysterio. When he beats Evan Bourne clean at Mania, he picks up a mic and he says, "Everyone, give Evan Bourne props. That guy's gonna be a future champion." And I'm sorry for my actions. Jack Swagger comes out and says, "Rey, I saved your life, and this is how you repay me?"
I'm the one you owe everything to.
I owe you something, Jack, but it's not my gratitude.
Okay, fine, whatever. Rey's gonna have a second match at WrestleMania, defending his title against Jack Swagger, and he wins again. If you had chosen the face reaction, Rey would have just punked out Jack Swagger, and he'd thank Evan Bourne for showing him the light.
I'm so proud to be your World Heavyweight Champion.
Ugh, that's nauseating.
CM Punk is a little weirded out on just how obsessed Jack Swagger has gotten with Rey Mysterio. Punk warns Swagger that he's not going to be able to pull that same stunt with him.
You're nothing but a big goof. Okay, Punk. That's your opinion. Allow me to respond.
Jack Swagger's heard enough.
And you're just gonna stomp the hell out of CM Punk.
Edge vs. Rey match? Another sneak attack. It's gonna be Jack Swagger vs. Rey Mysterio at WrestleMania.
Me and you at WrestleMania, Ray. Anyone tries to stop that and I'm running them over.
Good lesson to learn. If you go around jumping everybody, Teddy Long's gonna allow it. You want a title shot? Jump somebody. You've just invited in anarchy, Teddy Long. Ooh, a luchador. Toto Americano.
It was Jack Swagger. Toto Americano. That means All-American.
Well, no crap, I didn't get far along in my Spanish, but even I could piece that together.
No matter what you choose, face or heel, WrestleMania is going to end with Rey Mysterio celebrating a world title victory. 619! Since you're still boys, Evan Bourne's going to save you from the Jack Swagger heel attack.
Evan nails a perfect shooting star press.
You want to be a wrestler? I hope you're ready to grind it out in the indies. Do you want it so bad that you're willing to go practice in the deep woods with the old Stone Cold? You can't be the drizzling craps indie guy forever.
You were kind of the drizzling craps back then, no offense.
Someday, you're gonna have to uproot your life, go to Orlando, say goodbye to the LA indie scene, or wrestling Jerry Lawler at a minor league stadium. No, you take a cheap bus ticket and you get your butt to NXT, even if Triple H doesn't want you.
Your friend here wasn't really part of our plans, but if you want to vouch for him, then you have a deal. Both of you. Congratulations.
Whether you have a background in MMA, or it's just your childhood dream.
Get my own action figure, become WWE Divas Champion. Is this some kind of WWE nerd vision board?
Hey, being immortalized in semi-posable plastic is the greatest thing a human being can achieve.
If you get the call to go to NXT, you gotta go.
The reason I'm calling is to see if you'd like to compete in the 3rd annual Mae Young Classic.
What?
Hello, are you there? Hello?
You may be green, you may not be ready, but when is that call gonna come again? It may never. So you get your butt down to Florida.
NXT is the place to be, at least according to Paul Heyman.
Your first stop on your way to superstardom is the Performance Center at NXT.
If Matt Bloom comes to recruit you, then you go. It's NXT or bust. If you don't want to do that, I guess you could always go to TNA. The TNA guy is thrilled to get his shot.
This is a pretty sweet deal. I'm getting a shot at the big time in Orlando. TNA. A national audience against some of the best competition in the world? It's almost too much to take in, but it feels good.
Cornette's giving the winner a shot to be on national television tomorrow night. That's right, it's the big leagues, ladies. Good luck, and let's get started. Chop chop.
If you're able to pass this test, Nash will give you a call.
Did a good job, kid. Good enough for Cornette to want to give you a full-time contract. Welcome to TNA. Hey, meet me back in the locker room. I got a surprise for you when you get back.
And that surprise is sharing a hot tub with Jim Cornette and his wife.
Kevin Nash says that you need to be in a tag team.
Someone who will stare death in the face and laugh. Someone that will have your back at all times. Defend you from all dangers.
Oh, great. It's with Eric Young.
You smell like bananas.
I'm gonna pass on all this.
Trust me, that guy, he's a ticking time bomb of rage, waiting to explode.
I'm gonna actually go with Paul Heyman. I'll just hope that Paul Heyman was right and they did want me. First, I just gotta pass a background check. I hope it's like ECW, and the more disturbing things they find on me will actually help me get hired. The Performance Center will help you sharpen your skills.
There are no advantages like talent and luck. The only thing that will separate you from the pack is how hard you're willing to work for it.
That's where you'll get to compete against your fellow NXT guys, or wrestle against the established vets. Some of the NXT alumni, they're not going to be very nice.
I bet Triple H is talking to all the GMs right now about the new guy at the PC who had the courage to face the weakest opponent here.
But whatever, you're here to make history. If the higher-ups are impressed, that's all you really should care about. I would rather be on Matt Bloom or William Regal's good side than theirs.
I'd like to offer you the opportunity to sign with NXT.
I know you had a lot of offers on the table, and I'm glad you chose to go with the WWE. We know how talented you are, and we want to put you on the fast track to the NXT title.
Heck, if Bill DeMott is chill with you, then you won't have to run any of his drills that involve a jelly donut. You don't want to be a total mark, though. This recruit is live filming the NXT Performance Center. This woman says that you're an hour and a half early.
Have you been filming this entire time?
Is that a problem?
Filming's not allowed in here without prior consent, which you should have been told by security. Frickin' Todd. Turn it off, please.
Also, you committed another party foul. You can't be recording in here. Who are you, Sean Stasiak?
Great job. You just got Todd fired for his negligence. Or maybe you have Todd's back. That's an option. All your paperwork has been filled out. Klein is the head recruiter. Is she?
What do you think I do here? I'm Corey Klein, head recruiter and occasional babysitter of people who don't follow instructions and show up way earlier than they're supposed to.
I too thought Corey Klein was gonna be a guy. It's like every other kind of TV sitcom trope. You're a dumb jock, and she's smart, powerful, independent woman.
Oh, that Corey. I guess when we were emailing, I just saw your name and assumed that... You know what? It's nice to meet you in person finally.
Go get changed. Then head over to the gym. The other trainees who started last week should be showing up soon. And to clear up any potential confusion on your end, they are men.
You will recognize your other bosses. Road Dogg, the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels. They're gonna do a little orientation for your first day.
On our first day, he did the whole ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages thing. It was awesome.
The big man in the sky is always watching. Not that big man.
And Sean's the perfect guy for the, no, I'm not talking about God, I'm talking about Triple H punchline.
There's a camera up there with a live feed that goes directly to Triple H's office in Stamford.
But the coaches do have a big say on who gets a main roster shot. So get in the ring with the new guy. Just like the real life memes, HBK has no idea how a computer works. Your hard work is paid off, and you're gonna get your first NXT match, an off-camera match.
Next week is your first match on NXT. With all the lights and craziness that happens on that day, don't forget to go out there and have some fun.
Drew McIntyre will even come down to the Performance Center to test you out.
You have a choice. You can either face guys who they think are on your current level, or jump into the deep end and face a guy like Finn Balor.
William Regal has heard a lot about you. You've got an NXT offer. Think it over. Not everybody makes it.
Hey kid, I knew you could do it. This is your time. You're ushering in a new generation of NXT. Never forget that.
Not everyone is going to be super excited for you. Or if they are super excited, they're also kind of bummed that you got a contract and they didn't.
But no one wanted me, and now I'm stuck here while you guys are all moving on to bigger and better things.
But you better not act like you're above NXT. Because the WWE, through these games, is going to send you a subtle message that no one is above going to NXT.
And don't let my negative attitude about this place sway you. You could learn a lot from WWE.
And what about bitching that the WWE nowadays wants to recruit athletes and not wrestlers? Well, the WWE in 2K24 has a statement for people like that.
Are you really afraid of running the ropes? I thought you were a big shot college star.
Yeah, I ran on a track. I didn't hurl my body into tightrope.
Well, WWE's heard that criticism and basically said, yeah, true. What are you gonna do? Whine about it on the internet?
You start making a name for yourself. You're gonna sit your butt in the front row and you're gonna introduce yourself to the WWE Universe. With a little bit of glitching here. You've seen the Rock train, and you're gonna be the next Rock. You're gonna go from hot free agent to superstar.
Sign this and you'll be starting your career on NXT.
And your character has to make their way up through NXT.
When you win the NXT title, that brings the attention of the higher-ups. They know that you're now way too good for NXT. You won't be here much longer. They know you have what it takes. So Raw and SmackDown, they could use a talent like you. Corey says that the GMs are coming down to NXT to scout for the main show. HBK and Road Dogg says that Triple H has seen enough. It's time for the PC Showcase.
Thanks for helping me get to this point. I won't let you down.
You put in the hard work and earned this opportunity. Now it's time to deliver and reap the benefits.
Well, you have your choice of who you're gonna face. The tougher the superstar, the more impressive the victory. Road Dogg says that there's a surprise in your locker.
Hopefully not the red cut tag from Major League.
It may not be easy for you when you get called up. Some guys get pushed as a big deal fairly quick.
You can win a title on your first night.
The Rock has arrived on Raw.
On night one, he wins the IC title, gets debuted in a big way, pushes a safe over on Sami Zayn, but yet they mistreated him?
They win the title on their first night. But other people are called up and asked, can you do some jobbing? Be a team player. You've come up here to lose. Your attitude might start your main roster career off on a bad note. You may just end up in limbo on the main roster. Like this guy, he's running the ropes. Regal has noticed you. Putting in the work after hours, that impresses him. But are you always doing your best?
Do you do your best? Apply yourself.
Okay, he sounds like a math teacher, or like he's about to break into a Mary Poppins song. You might need Regal's help. Your main roster run has done nothing of note.
NXT is a lot more glamorous than toiling away at an indie show, or on dark matches. You get told how not ready you are for TV. You have to earn the right to even get on something like Velocity, or Sunday Night Heat.
I'm sending you down to Velocity, dog, for a few warm-up matches. Prove yourself there for a few weeks, and you'll be able to upgrade your skills and your bling-bling.
Besides, if you're hanging around backstage, you have plenty of time on your hands. Sure, there's the occasional side quest.
Oh, hurry, Ray. You gotta put it out.
Why are there so many random trash fires going on backstage?
Oh, thanks, Ray.
Do these divas not know how to
I don't know what we
operate
would
a
have
fire
done if you hadn't
extinguisher?
been here.
Dang, the hurricane was her beaten to the punch. Congratulations, citizen, for putting out that fire. He beat me here,
And got the girl? What's up with that?
Were they just waiting for the hurricane to arrive?
What's up with that?
Why does this place have so many OSHA violations?
Help! Help me!
Hold on. I'll get the ladder.
Is this man trying to get workers' comp for falling off a ladder?
Whew. Thanks, Ray. I'm ever glad you were here.
Are they gonna sue the hurricane for negligence?
My her sense was tingling, but I see you were in the right place at the right time, citizen. So let me get this straight. You save people. You put out fires. And you wear a mask? It sounds like someone's trying to put the hurricane out of her job. What's up with that?
Hey, I'm no superhero. Just an ordinary guy trying to help out.
I'll be keeping my her eye on you, Ray, if that is your real name.
The backstage area really comes to life. You can see agents, the seamstress, your fellow wrestlers. I don't know about you, but this first-person perspective in the old SmackDown games kind of gave me a headache. All we're missing from this first-person perspective is the Doom 2 music. You're gonna get a real appreciation of the backstage area of the WWE through these video games. You can even go across the street, which is kind of funny, but I was kind of thinking, hey, wouldn't it be great if they hid like a completely different game when you go into one of these buildings? What if they just hid WWE Crush Hour in one of these? Or if you go to a Vegas-like environment, AEW has those casino games, sneak that in. You can go to WWE New York. You can go down the subway. And if you want, you could even fight in the APA's office. Is anybody else getting Def Jam, Vendetta, or Fight for New York vibes when Stone Cold can toss Chuck Palumbo into a moving train? Backstage, fights seem to always be breaking out. You could be minding your own business, just texting away on the phone, and then suddenly you're in the middle of a fight. Your own fans are trying to stir things up.
Don't know if you heard, but MVP said your suit on Down Up looks like it's been tailored by a right-handed tornado using left-handed scissors.
You'd be better off getting your butt back home and going to bed. But then Vince will call you and say, "You get your ass to work or you're fired."
Being a superstar sucks. Everyone is so mean.
So this poor photographer doesn't have to take any more pictures of your mangled face.
Did Primo just call me mid? Jinder thinks I'm a joke. Cena says I'm a coward.
Everybody thinks you're some kind of coward, and who knows? Maybe they're right.
I'm a lousy champ, according to Shane Thorne. Finn just picked on me. The Rock says I'm a jabroni who pisses my pants.
Everyone treats you like you're a big joke. Get lost. Go prove it out in the ring. Someone get this weirdo away from me. You're not even supposed to be here.
Oh, KO, I'm so excited to fight you. What the hell have you ever done to even deserve being in the same room as the WWE Universal Championship?
Man, they've been saying for years people shouldn't live underneath power lines. Well, I guess you're living proof.
With that kind of positive reinforcement, no wonder this whole locker room seems completely on edge.
Hey, rookie! Saul Dushman. I've been talking with the locker room, and many of us are not happy with the way you've been walking around with your nose in the air, like you are better than us.
Well, maybe the reason I've been acting like that is because I am better than you ham and eggers.
Nobody seems happy for the other's success.
You won and I lost last week? Must have been a full moon or something.
Something around here is full of...
Imagine you're leaving the bathroom and you walk into multiple superstars fighting in the hallway.
Gee, Booker, you must be some kind of rocket scientist or something. I never would have figured that out on my own.
Why don't you just shut your mouth for a minute and listen? I ain't on SmackDown to make friends neither. Far as I'm concerned, this is the minor leagues.
What was the fight even about? Maybe a couple wrestlers got action figures and the other two didn't. It's that silly.
We've had like 30 now, so it's kind of boring at this point.
Where's yours?
I think he didn't get one.
Well, that's awkward. I think even like Tom Phillips got one.
He doesn't really deserve it.
Well, that's true. He's lucky even to be on the roster.
And for you Jericho haters.
Jericho, did I catch you on your way to losing? That seems to be all you ever do these days. I think we might have to have a losing intervention for you.
Well, you'd be the one to lead it, Miz.
You couldn't beat me on your best day.
It would go a lot easier if I bought into WWE culture, hearing the lines that every superstar who wants to succeed must believe. Like any good cult member, if I want to headline Mania, this is what I must do. As Vince bluntly says, what I did in the indies, that doesn't mean anything. He's gonna break me and then rebuild me.
I can completely understand when the Cap says that she thought the WWE was never meant for people like
Look,
her.
I have no ill will towards WWE. Going there just wasn't the right move.
You want to complain? Then you're like those dorks on the internet. This isn't MMA.
You're going to have to work as hard or harder than you ever have before to make it to WWE.
This isn't the indies.
Believe me, I miss some of the stuff I used to do in the indies more than anyone. But in WWE, we don't set people on fire on a whim.
So knock it off with those indie stunts. You're here to make WWE history. Therefore, you get up and do what you do. Why do you make the sacrifice?
Okay, it's a little weird to see text like this under Brock Lesnar when a little after this game came out, Brock Lesnar was out of the WWE and trying to make it on the Minnesota Vikings practice squad.
You're not going to be handed shit. Even if you've made history outside of the WWE, deep down, you know WWE is the only destination that actually matters.
Is there a plan here? Or is he just avoiding a real challenge of returning to the place he failed?
You want to be on the side of a tour bus.
You want that Raw contract.
I got a Raw contract. The ink's dry so they can't give it back. I got a Raw contract. I'm kinda hungry, I need a snack. Yeah, I got a Raw contract. I got a Raw contract.
I think I left my phone in. You're the worst.
The WWE is gonna do what they want. You do not have any say in it. They're gonna place you on whatever brand they want to place you on, and their only expectation is for you to become the next John Cena. You gotta capitalize on all the potential that Vince McMahon says that you have. You're gonna be the next big thing, and hopefully that love of wrestling will sustain you through this period where wrestling kinda sucks and everybody's mean to you.
This feels like it wants to break into some sad Disney Prince song.
Maybe I'm doing this to find an answer. Maybe when I get to the top of this square circle, I'll find out something about myself. Maybe I won't find out anything, but I guess I'll step into that ring again tonight, because I know the view from Indy is unbelievable.
Backstage on the DS, you can approach all of these superstars. They had to translate the Great Khali. Most of these guys are super douchey. Others just said their name. HBK says he's a legend. Legends shouldn't have to tell other people that they're legends. Shut up, Tommy Dreamer, you fake tough guy. Undertaker threatening me, I get.
JBL, I get.
Triple H, and even Hardcore Holly, I get.
Kind of weird that Kane is opening up to you. He seems to have a lot to say. Well, at least the catering is nice.
Props to the cook, considering how often people are barging into their kitchen and just beating the hell out of each other, even breaking their table.
And nowadays, you can beat your opponent with a Slim Jim.
Follow Becky's advice. Eat when you can. Just don't serve vegan bacon. Well, that actually probably doesn't matter for Trey. Look at the guy going ham on the catering.
That's like your third plate. Are you sure you don't have a tapeworm?
It's just the food here at Raw is so much better than what I'm used to at NXT. Did you try these black beans? They really nailed the seasoning.
I'm good.
Just go completely ham on it. That's what Christian implied the Big Show likes to do.
All you gotta do is treat the match like an all-you-can-eat buffet show and clear the table. You're a shoo-in.
No wonder that when you see Gigi, Elijah Burke, Edge, and Xavier, they're back near catering.
You here to steal my baked beans? The baked beans are indeed delicious today.
Fight in an airport lounge? Absolutely not. They'd never let me back in, and I love their little mini cupcakes too much.
And then just make sure that Edge doesn't go around eating your food. Wrestling in red meat is a match made in heaven. The Butcher not the butcher and the blade, just came back from the slaughterhouse.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie to you. Sometimes guys fall into the grinder.
Into the grinder?
It's not so bad. They kinda taste like chicken.
Oh God, if Kennedy ate that, I understand why he just got food poisoning. I hope that's not how Otis cooks his meat.
James, trying to go for the knockout. Don't hit me with that prop. Don't hit me with that prop. Swing, you miss.
There's Lita with the ribeye mascot, and they have a dance-off. Screw it, let's switch the music of this dance-off to the epic scene from the 1989 film Teen Witch.
I'm king, and they know it. When I snap my fingers, everybody says short. I'm hot, and you're not. But if you want to hang with me, I'll give it one shot. Top that.
Supersonic, idiotic, disconnected, not respected. Who would ever really want to go and top that? Such a waste of pretty face, but hanging in your nose space. I wish that you would take a look and really stop that. Top that. Well, stop that. I don't really give a about trying to top that. Top that. Stop that. I wish you finally take a real look and really stop that.
Hey, you two have dinner plans? Well, you should stop by my restaurant. We have really good ribs.
What's worse, humans or snails and cheese?
Heard of Cheese Please, the internet cheese smelling show. It's doing okay on social media. Hope you like smelling things.
Cheese smells like John Morrison's abs, and also can be a weapon. And if you see a cake backstage, you better eat it.
Will there be cake?
No, Eugene,
and ice cream and balloons?
No, that's
and
not.
Pony rides?
Eugene.
Even if it makes you thirsty. Thirsty? Well, then you can get a drink from one of the many vending machines. You can even buy The Rock a drink. On his cheat day, maybe that drink that he actually sells. Maybe this drink. Why not? You already just bought a drink for Umaga.
There's not enough wrestling games that allow you the ability to offer Umaga a soda.
Maybe it's a beer, or maybe it's a SmackDown soda, or maybe it's a carton of milk. He sucks at drinking milk. Just completely missed his mouth. I'm gonna guess this machine doesn't work anymore after you just tossed Chris Jericho into it. Catering isn't your thing. AEW has you actively enjoying the local cuisine. In Washington, D.C., jumbo pizza slices, avocado toast, Tex-Mex, key lime pie. You could enjoy some gator tail with Darby Allin, a vegan barbecue. You can be like Penta and put hot sauce on your jambalaya. Have a chickpea salad. A salad?
Oh, Mr. Brody Lee is not gonna like that.
Malachi Black wants you to have some soul food. I like mac and cheese. Powerhouse Hobbs knows that we're in Chicago, and when you're in Chicago, you eat pizza while doing an Austin Powers impression.
You could get poutine from Fry Will Survive, vegan fried chicken with Chuck E. T. And that guy is from Kentucky, so he might know something about fried chicken. Also, what's AEW's obsession with veganism? Well, whatever the conversation was, it pissed off Orange Cassidy, and now we're gonna wrestle on Rampage. In the main event, as T.O. used to say, you gotta get the popcorn ready.
I love popcorn. Guys, save some popcorn for your boy.
And if you don't like the catering and SmackDown soda, I guess you're gonna starve.
Just imagine what kind of chaos would happen if they were pizza bagels.
This will be the greatest thing since pizza bagels.
Pizza bagels are awesome. I totally want some at my victory party.
Make it happen, bro.
Cena, why? You could have slammed Randy Orton on something other than the pizza.
Hey, my suggestion, take some pizza back to the hotel room with you.
That's my ring and my championship. I hate you, Brooklyn.
If you want to go out and about, you can do it in a video game that isn't AEW. This Recruits On will serve you burgers, dogs, pizza, and that should be enough to fill The Rock, Luke Gallows, and R-Truth. If I want to stay out of the news, I'm not going to dinner with you two. Vince, seriously, take the hint. Besides, Vince, Trey saved the rest of your salad in case you want to finish it up.
And check this out. I think that's possibly Vince McMahon's half-eaten steak.
Just make sure that you go get that food before a fight breaks out. This is wrestling. There's always going to be somebody ready to fight, even if it means ruining a spread, where even the condiments get wasted.
Come on, it's rude to turn down a gift.
The last time I said that, I was trying to get you to try pineapple on your pizza, not cross over into the netherworld.
If you think you're in danger just hanging out at catering, wait till you need to go to the parking lot. That place needs better security. It's not safe at all.
That's why Santino hires you to keep him safe while he sleeps. Don't blame Swagger. He's just not himself when he's hungry.
Maybe he's just hangry. You could get attacked before you even get to your car.
You'd think with constant backstage assaults, you'd get a few more security guards. Maybe hire a few ex-wrestlers to provide a little bit more stability. And if you're in a blood feud, why are you just strolling around with no care in the world? What a bizarre backstage area. Did they happen to park in the world of Double Dragon? It's almost like you're being targeted back there. That somebody from somewhere else is always watching, just trying to get into your business. Just keep your head on a swivel. People can't sneak attack you if you catch them while they're trying to sneak. Get what I'm saying? Speaking of sneaky, if The Undertaker offers to go to a restaurant with you, just say no.
Imagine thinking you're going to enjoy a candlelight meal with The Undertaker.
Yeah, you better watch your van very closely, Buzz. Vehicles aren't exactly safe in a wrestling parking lot.
Hey, not to be weird or anything, but I've been meaning to ask you since you got to Raw. What's up with you driving this retro van everywhere?
Oh no, Vince McMahon's car is about to be destroyed by Stone Cold.
They got forklifts that come out of nowhere to destroy your car.
Or even use the forklift on you mid-match. Oh, this thing's too small? Yeah, let's use one of the real big boy toys. Let's trash a tour bus.
Or you'll have some wrestler jump you from behind.
Right into the side of that car.
Then throw you onto the car hood.
Road kick and McIntyre. Down onto the car.
And smash you through a car windshield. Yeah, you probably don't want to check your Carfax after some of these incidents. If you've pissed off a heel, he's gonna feel entitled to smashing your window.
Get out here. There's no escape on Sunday, Miz.
If I've learned anything from these games, an angry Triple H is more than likely to come and try to destroy your vehicle. Sometimes he has some success, and other times not so much. But if he does, oh boy, your car windshield is completely up. And John Cena has that dog in him too.
MVP is sure trying to get out of here in a hurry. This is like some action movie.
If somebody's left a 16-wheeler around, people are gonna hit their finisher off of it. Vince has no control over what his wrestlers do. They just love destroying cars.
Wasted here.
You could be really proud of your vehicle, and another jerk will come around and destroy it.
Damn it. I just had this car detailed. Now, I gotta go get my car waxed, so I'll get my friend here to help you up.
Jeff Hardy slamming into your car may be fun, but it's gonna ruin the resale value.
Plow into my car again? Oh, never mind.
If this is how they treat their rental cars, I could see them all getting banned from Avis.
But your created character, like Buzz, may wish that somebody destroyed their car, for the insurance money, of course. Okay, maybe not Buzz. He actually lives in his car, living that indie life, and because he got this car from the family business. He can't pay car repairs. Dude, not cool. This guy's being paid in indie money. Then there's the parking lot brawl feature in SmackDown, where each car has a custom animation.
Or you could just play WrestleMania 19, where half the story mode involves destroying vehicles. Vince, you can't just let him keep getting away with it. They have no respect for the automotive. It's not even street legal.
We managed to get a used car that fell under our budget, probably because it also fell under various recalls and safety violations.
And they disrespect other vehicles. Your hogs. Your medical emergency vehicles.
Notice how I didn't say ambulance? Just don't leave the medical vehicle. Just leave it alone, especially when the NWO's around.
And I really don't want to be back here anyway. There's now a purple haze coming in. Is evil near? All right, I think I'm just gonna go that way. Quick, if there's any bodies, hide them in the trunk. Hide them in the trunk.
Well, that's one way to stop Samoa Joe from interfering. McMahon is getting shoved into a trunk!
Rey Mysterio will tell you, getting involved in a car accident is no fun.
You'll be fine.
I could tell you that was the only time vehicular manslaughter was involved in story mode, but no, here's Teddy Long, and he's just been run down in the parking lot.
Teddy? Oh my God, Teddy! Don't worry, Teddy. It's going to be okay. Help! Somebody please help!
Are you gonna doubt RVD's alibi that he was high?
So where were you when T-Lo got aced?
Well, let's see. I think I was probably chilling out in the back, stretching out, throwing some kicks and reading some comics.
Austin has to go see if it was Booker T who may have taken out Teddy Long.
Buck, I'm only trying to...
I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to accuse me of running down T-Lo in the parking garage, right?
I'm not accusing anyone of anything until I got proof. But I gotta say, you seem a little defensive.
Everyone's out here accusing everyone else.
And if you're accusing me of something...
Whoa, looks like someone doesn't like the taste of his own medicine.
Teddy Long is now back on the job, and his first order of business is to find the suspect.
Whoever it is ain't gonna get away with it. Believe that.
One result could be that Chris Jericho and RVD worked together. Chris Jericho ran Teddy Long down, but he did it just to help out ECW.
It's only a matter of time before the ECW bug spreads to Raw.
My God, why does everybody want to live out Tommy Dreamer's fantasy of bringing back ECW? Oh, yeah, that side did not age well. Vince for president? No, I'll stick with voting for Kane.
RVD wants Stone Cold to join him. Stone Cold was ECW. Think about it.
You can join up with the new ECW, or like the rest of SmackDown, you can keep on getting your ass smoked by Rob Van Dam.
Teddy Long isn't a fool. RVD was the one who ran him down 6 months ago.
Finally, we're gonna find out who ran down Teddy Long.
And I'm looking at him right now.
What? It can't be!
Well, you can't fire RVD. He won the Royal Rumble.
Winning the Royal Rumble guarantees me a title match at WrestleMania. That means you can't fire me, man.
Okay. Well, Teddy Long may not be able to fire you, but he's gonna make your life a living hell, RVD. You're gonna wrestle in a gauntlet of unfair matches. To RVD's credit, he won't take that lying down. Your first opponent is Eddie Guerrero, but somebody hit him with a sledgehammer backstage.
Who could have done such a thing? Gee, Cole, what a brain teaser. I mean, who do you know around here who's got a history of taking guys out backstage in order to solve his problems?
Without Eddie Guerrero, RVD now has to face John Cena and Kurt Angle in the cage. But no, he's got backup. Here comes Triple H. He's willing to help you out, just as long as you don't go onto his show and challenge for his title.
I've lived by values such as sportsmanship, integrity, and fair play.
Oh, please, did I just hear him right?
That's right. That's exactly why I'm here on SmackDown. Call me old-fashioned, but I believe that when a man earns a WWE title match, the general manager shouldn't stack the deck against him or try to cripple him before he gets it.
A lot of self-righteousness. Even Jericho agrees that just makes him want to puke.
We're on the same page here. It's not right for SmackDown to try and keep its #1 contender from his title shot at WrestleMania. Just like it's unfair for Raw to do the same to me.
You need to keep the wrestlers away from the wheel. They just can't help themselves. Cars are not weapons, nor are limos or ambulances, except in battlegrounds where you can actually hit your opponent with a motorcycle. Just use your scooter. The rattlesnake on a scooter. For WrestleMania 19 on the GameCube, they said, forget the wrestling. Why not just do American Ninja Warrior type stuff instead? So now you're avoiding being hit by moving vehicles. And honestly, who drives this freaking fast in a parking garage?
Why bother hitting somebody in the head with a chair when you can just run them over? And you don't even have to do it for The Rock. You don't even have to do it for the people. You got your options. You can run them down in first person or third person. My God, imagine being hit by one of these. Oh, you don't need to imagine. It happens all the time. Like all the time. All the time.
The girls' war game celebration is cut short by Shotzi in a real tank, and she crashes it right into the ring, which legitimately injures Becky as Becky falls from the top of the cage to the ground.
But I figure if we ban cars, a guy like Seth Rollins will figure out a workaround. Yeah, that's right. He's on a plane now. He is literally using a plane to fight you.
The backstage area is bonkers. That's why WCW Backstage Assault was like, screw the ring.
We're gonna make Lance Storm into a hardcore wrestler.
This is a technical wrestler, a man who was responsible for training future WWE superstars, Lance Storm. So instead of getting people to tap out, he's gonna run into them with a forklift. Instead of doing a cruiserweight match with La Parka, why not just have him bash a TV over someone's head? What even was the WCW roster at this point? How did we end up with these story mode matches? Tori Wilson versus Chris Candido? Big Vito versus Miss Hancock? Oh, well, this one makes sense. Rey Mysterio versus Billy Kidman. But in a bathroom?
That urinal just flew off the wall!
Hogan versus Bret Hart also makes sense. A lot more sense than Hulk Hogan jobbing to Norman Smiley. Big Wiggle! Vince Russo, an active wrestler.
He must be wondering, what have I gotten myself into?
How do we get a wrestling game with no ring or referee? Oh, the refs went on strike. That's how. You'll reach a point in story mode where the wrestlers want to start giving you advice. They may even say that they're mentoring you. You want in their good graces, and you're gonna do what they say. They may tell you how to actually advance your career, but other times they just want you to do their dirty work. Do you really think that he's looking out for your best interest? If JBL is being nice to you, well, you'd be nuts to trust him. JBL's scum.
If there's anything you need, anything at all, you just come to your buddy JBL. You hear me?
If Big E is hyping you up, you're gonna be more than likely to want to believe him.
Some guys are kind of new school. Others, like Stone Cold, they want to train you the old school way. You gotta get swole. They've all had different ways that they've gotten to where they are. But I'm more inclined to trust HBK than I am Matt Hardy.
Yeah. Hey, Matt. Sorry to interrupt, whatever it is you're doing.
What does it look like? I'm rosining my violin bow as one does.
Yeah, of course. Listen, I've got a match coming up against Bray Wyatt, and I was just kind of hoping you might be able to give me some advice.
Or Santino's advice.
HBK knows how nervous you're gonna be before your big debut.
But he has a lot of faith in you, which is why he's hired out a documentary crew to film you on your way to becoming the next big thing. The Lock. The Lock? Remember when I said that WWE likes to include their corporate philosophy?
This is typical for superstars who come up outside the system. WWE likes to put their spin on things And 99% of the time, it's a huge improvement.
You're just gonna drink the Kool-Aid, aren't you, HBK? Wow, HBK has really bought into the WWE way of thinking.
That's why it's weird that Drew Gulak is the one who thinks he can train you.
Sorry, you just don't have what it takes. There were too many holes to fix and not enough time.
Dude, you're Drew Gulak. I think I'm fine. What's Mustafa Ali gonna teach me?
I can help you find your footing, if you're interested.
What's in it for you?
These story modes have already taught me that only the WWE matters, and Ali is now TNA.
So maybe I'll just take the veteran advice of somebody like Bailey.
Another superstar is desperate to sit underneath my hallowed learning tree.
Maybe I'll go learn in AEW under Scorpio Sky, who's had rocky times, but he just keeps punching. Oh, wait a minute. He's just talking about Rocky. He's just being sly. Folks, do I listen to Evan Bourne? Why does everybody just feel like they need to help? Maven? Finley? Corbin? How about I just learn brutality from Rhea Ripley? You know, since now Mortal Kombat is a thing in WWE games.
The veterans start to take an interest in your career. They talk to you. They think about you.
I don't give a damn what you did to the other WWF superstars.
And you have to start making career decisions. Who's looking out for you? Who's trying to use you? Will you do their dirty work? Are you desperate for leadership? Do you need a mentor?
But I don't know about this kid. He's got quite a mouth on him.
Now listen to me, dog. This player's got the same spark you showed when you first came to the WWE. You feel me? That's why I'm putting you in charge of him. You'll whip him into shape in no time.
Well, I've still got some reservations. But I know better than to say no to you. Let's bring him in.
And 2K had a clever workaround. You learn about how to play this game while you're in the middle of story mode. Your fellow rookie, Gabriel Slade, is going to give you some advice. Maybe you take it, maybe you don't.
Talking with superstars, the crew, or other backstage visitors can lead to opportunities. Sometimes people might have favors to ask of you.
And maybe you end up as bitter as the Cap. The WWE really seemed to grind her gears.
Wearing dumb gear, playing nice with appearances, taking bad advice from WWE veterans.
Eventually, you're gonna earn a legend's respect. They might even find that you remind them of a younger version of themselves. These guys are narcissists. They love them, some them. If you want to be in a tag team with Velveteen Dream, just steal his moves, his entrance, his legal charges. Scratch that last one.
It's better than a legend telling you they hate you.
You wouldn't save a message from Edge where he praises you?
I feel like I waited my whole life to see that. Nice job. Keep up the good work.
Or Samoa Joe giving you a passing respect?
Which is better than a punch to the face.
Wrestling is a tough career. You don't know who to trust. How did CM Punk know that he can't trust Jericho? Yeah, your buddy JBL is gonna take care of things. He's got your back. He's even gonna defend you against Ken Kennedy. All he asks is you give him a world title shot. And if you beat him, no hard feelings.
Can you really trust a known heel like JBL when he swears he has your back?
No Mercy's a week from Sunday, and you don't have a challenger yet. And well, I was thinking.
I knew JBL had an ulterior motive.
Mercury and Morrison are gonna mock your character for buying into JBL sucking up.
Can I kiss up to you and get a title match just like JBL did?
Yeah, seriously. How can you be so thick? You gotta know that JBL's just been sucking up to you so we can get that world heavyweight title, right?
You're like the only guy in the locker room who doesn't realize JBL's setting you up.
Listen, if you're gonna say that type of thing about JBL, you better back it up.
You fruity booty little movie star wannabe.
Whoa! JBL is gonna get this video demonetized for hate speech.
And so help me, I will beat some respect into you and your big bad boyfriend in that ring tonight.
Morrison and Mercury weren't wrong. JBL didn't respect you. You got clotheslined to hell.
Some legends just become hangers-on.
I grew up watching you.
Well, now I feel ancient.
No, I just mean you're one of the reasons I'm here today.
You'll even be the person keeping certain careers alive when your GM says, the next time that legend loses, their career is over.
Mickey can continue competing on SmackDown Live as long as she wins. But the very next match she loses is her last.
Like Toni Storm and Mariah May, except without turning heel. And you'll even drag this legend to a title run.
Mickey, it's been great keeping your career afloat and helping you win the tag titles, but now it's time for me to take the title and retire you. You gotta keep your head up. You want motivation? We all know this guy's your man. DDP. You might think it's worth it if a guy like Cena or The Rock gives you kudos, but you know what I think? F them too. These veterans are leeches.
You could cut the tension with a knife. The suspense is killing me. Oh, would you look at this?
We don't have time to suck up to a glory hog like John Cena.
Oh, you were a fan from way back, Kane? Yeah, miss me with that shit. I'm supposed to respect a guy like the world's strongest man? The same guy who tried to hold me up for money?
AJ Styles is the kind of guy who would take advantage of a rookie.
To be honest, it's going to be kind of annoying carrying this around with me. And seeing as you're the rookie, how about you carry it around for me?
You could attack Randy Orton for him, you win Money in the Bank, but he wants you to hand over the briefcase. You owe him. You owe the company. But if you don't bend to AJ Styles, he's gonna kind of respect you.
Say, maybe I could have shown you a little bit more respect in the past.
Gaining the respect of your fellow wrestlers is very important. Legends get treated like legends, not like a soccer dad.
I'm the original American hero, Kurt Angle. You know, the Hall of Famer you borrowed your nickname from without asking.
If you please management, you get privileges, like riding on the company jet. And let's face it, life is so much easier when you got backup.
Kid, your performance on SmackDown was awesome. Way to go.
When you got some pals who are gonna help you enact some revenge.
How about I see if Undertaker's amigo wants to team up with me against you two pendejos tonight?
I got no idea what a pendejo is, but I bet I'm gonna wanna kick your ass when I find out.
And if you try to live the DTA lifestyle, you better be stone cold levels of good. It helps having friends with benefits. Sometimes they help you get a title shot. And they'll even rig the thing so it's easier for you to get a win.
That's what's going on. The former Universal Champion appears to have cut to the front of the line.
I wasn't expecting to lose my Universal Championship after your BFF here conspired to have me compete twice in one night, interfered in the match, and then pretended to be a referee and illegally counted the pin, basically handing you the title himself.
What? Sometimes you gotta take the low road. It seems to work out for Edge.
Now run back to your BFF.
At least it looks like this is over with for now.
Adam Pearce is waylaid with the chair.